Hey guys, and how's it going? It's 2 days later after dragging the 66 bus home from northern New Hampshire. All went well, no issues. Did not lose the hubcap. The hubcap's inside it, someone was commenting on. But this bus is not going to come in and start getting all the work done on it right away. There's plenty of things there before this guy that need to get completed, and double cab is for one. But we're going to bring it in, get a shopping list on it, and then over the course of the summertime, gather all the bits and pieces best we can for all the sheet metal and missing components that it has, so that when it does come time to go do that, that we have a good start on everything that it does need, and it's already with the vehicle. Plus you're able to buy it much cheaper. So we're going to go fire it up and bring it in the garage. We'll pick it up on the lift and we'll make that shopping list and go from there. And the battery's totally junk in it. Not that I tried throwing it on the charger or anything, but that's what jumper packs are for. So let's get ourselves squared away and hooked up. That guy can go right over there, and I think that's on the pack. That should clear the belt. They look good. Yeah, roof rack's already off of it. Took that off because it won't clear going into the garage, and that's actually sitting on top of the double cab, and it'll make a good fit for that. Let's see how well this thing will start. Or not. I think I gotta tickle a little bit of fuel down there. Oh, I can smell this bad gas. Let's go give. See, the choke is on. Let's go give her some fuel that'll burn anyway. See if that'll be enough to fire it up. There we go. Can't see a thing. Can't remember, it's got no brakes. It's got the emergency brake is in. There's a string hanging in the garage. We're looking to line up to that. And remember that we got the trailer hitch still on the front, because we're going to tow this over by the shipping container after we make our list. I got plenty of room. Get up in the air. And give her a little shake test. Crushes through it. All the doors we just threw on with like 1 or 2 screws in each one, just so that they were kept out of harm's way. So the reason why all the doors are hard to open and close is just that. That should be good. Let's go get ourselves a light, go underneath, and see what we got. All right, shall we? That's the original color paint. It'd be much darker. Someone's asking how the tow bar goes on. Same as it does the Beetle. It grabs the front beam, and then there's a pin that goes through the top of it on both sides. And on a bay window is a little bit bigger, so you just take these shims off, and that will also still fit the beam on a bay. It's actually made for a bay. I modified it because this where the steering box is on the split is in the way, so that's what this jog is inside here. Front floors really actually don't look too bad. They make a whole one and they make 2 half sides. I will keep an eye out for the half sides, but even with those, we were probably just going to slice right back to maybe here, or we'll make our own. The dog leg's been cut out of this side. I would have repaired it when I looked at the dog leg. Dog leg itself actually wasn't that bad. Not bad enough where I would have cut it out. I would have, again, done things a little bit differently. We threw a piece of plywood down on this side. He cut the floor out. This whole floor wasn't rotted away. You can see where he cut it out. Here's still sections of the floor. It was probably rotted out this last, you know, that much of it. This is common to blow out. And it's already been replaced once, and it looks like they went behind it or over the top of it. Over the top of it with a skin, and there's spot welds you can see on the inside. The one thing I do like about working on a bus, this is a common area to go to, frame, and that'll end up busting out of there when we go, is that everything is pretty square. So I don't have to build it like VW built it. If you guys are new to the channel, I have 2 splitties, and both of them are roughly in the same shape. One was a single cab. Single cab is actually probably worse than this. Single cab, and then a 67 deluxe bus that I had no interior, that I made the interior. But it was all blown out the same. So you can actually just use stock, metal stock, and create your own reframed out there, except for the skins on the outside that are curved. You know, I'll go with buying those. Engine's a 1600 dual port, and he said the trans he had built, I think it was, I forget who this manufacturer was, but it's what's called a freeway flyer. And what that does, they put a taller 4th gear in it, so it can go down the highway without revving as high as but normally, like at 60, the thing is screaming. So what you do is you put a taller 4th gear in, and then the engine's got a little bit bigger. Like this is, again, a 1600 dual port, where this would have had a 1500 single port. So the horsepower came up, and now to match the horsepower, you can go a little taller gear, and you could actually go down on the highway, you know, hold it at like 65, 60, 65 without screaming to death. So the same typical stuff that's blown out. Gear reduction's leaking on this side. Is it even tight? That doesn't even look like it's tight. That is not tight. Well, that would do it. That side's fine. Heater boxes look decent. Heat's hooked up. And then it's got an automatic trans. It's running a 6-volt. This bus would have been 6-volt from the factory, so it's got a 6-volt bell housing. The flywheel's a little smaller, and you can convert that to 12-volt, but you gotta do some drilling to put a different bushing in for a 12-volt starter. But if you put an automatic transmission bug starter in it, see how that says bug AT on it? Right there. That makes it so that the starter has its own support bushing. It doesn't use the one in the transmission, so it no longer needs that. So it's a cheat to get around it. So we try jacking it up with the factory jack, and these jack supports are the first thing that kind of blow out. You see the body damage here. So they sell a section of floor, probably comes to about right here. It goes right out to this lift. And then there's a section here that gets boxed in. He already bought this piece. It's already there. And it looks like it's got a bunch of Bondo in it. And then somebody already rebuilt these jack supports. Not the prettiest, but seem like they're fairly stiff. Let's see if we can get in here. Okay, we just threw a couple of screws in there, in each one. So It has the front mat. It has all the door cards all the way around. It's got the big mat for the rear. And this is, I forgot the name of the color, but it's an odd color, but it's complete. What makes it a deluxe is going to be the two-tone interior. You can see the, it's, we're going to call it blue and gray. I think it's what they call it. Like an Aztec and a gray are the two colors for it. So it's got a two-tone interior, got the chrome. It's got the chrome on the outside here. Makes it a deluxe. Two-tone paint on the outside makes it a deluxe. The jail bars in the rear, so you look around the rear windows there, you see the metal bars that are on there. What's called jail bars is so when you throw your luggage in the back, you don't have it resting against the glass, possibly blowing the glass out. Here's sections of the floor that he cut out. Here's the front dog leg that he cut out. This is the front skirt that goes around the front. This is the piece that he cut off. I may actually even just weld this right back on again. I think he may have cut that off to access the inner structure. And that was right there, that black piece right there. Seats, it has all the seats. That is a very good thing because almost all the buses you find are missing the middle seat. The middle seat was the most common one. It just has wing nuts to take it off. You can actually take the seat right out of it. And if you want to go, you know, go pick up a refrigerator or a stove or whatever it was that you needed some space for in the middle, the first seat was always the one to come out. It always got separated from the bus and they're always missing. This bus is an 8-passenger. It's got a 3 across the back, 3 in the middle, and 2 in front, which is kind of an odd combination. Usually they're either 7 or 9, but you can see the backrest on it. It's got the middle seat. This is the middle seat, and this one folds down. So as this seat is here, the back folds out of the way so people can access the back. Usually it's a shorter seat halfway through. And they have what's called a walkthrough or non-walkthrough. This is a walkthrough, meaning you can get from the driver's seat, go between them, and come into the back. A non-walkthrough is right across, and it has a bench seat that goes all the way across. Headliner looks fine, which is good. All the glass looks decent. All the pop-outs are in it. Watch it fall on the ground. I am not going to push my luck right now. All the deluxe chrome is on it. The missing pieces are inside it. Somebody said about mouse nest. There is a mouse nest in it right there behind the gas tank. The guy was a VW mechanic, and so that's kind of a good thing because he knew what he was doing. Blowouts here and there, but that's also going to get just patches. Bumper is the incorrect one, but it's a splitty bumper, but it's the wrong ear. And I'm not that picky. Yeah, so there's the dog leg where he drilled the rivets out from it. These are fairly expensive. They're about $270 plus shipping a piece. Looks like he's got some jack points and ports. And that. It says left. All right. Got me. Kind of looks like that would be. I would go with right and not left. Let's see, that is probably that guy. The church key is inside my truck, which is the little key for opening the gas door. Hatch looks decent. It's got a little bit of rust on the outside edge. Engine lid looks good enough to work with. It's got a little bit of a hamburger right here, but I am not going to be that concerned as of right at the moment. All that stuff better. This is the panel that goes between the doors. So that is that guy right there. So the rear seat is an expensive item when it's missing the little kick panels that cover the seats. Like this goes over the back seat. When the back seat's up, it closes off the back section so you don't see that. That's usually missing, and there's caps on the end of it. I don't know if they are in here or not. I don't quite remember. We got stuff kind of stacked in there pretty good. All right, so I'm going to start writing down a couple of things, and I'll bring you back. Let's go finish up and look at what we got for doors and all. The doors seem good. I don't see any issue with having to replace those. We'll definitely work with what we got. That's the washer bottle. Those are readily available. What it has for a radio that's in there. It's not a factory one. I also know you replaced the wiper motor with something out of like a water cooled VW. And this is actually a bus seat. I thought it was a Beetle seat right away, but they have a Beetle seat cover over a bus seat, so the seat normally gets cut off right here. But as you might be able to tell, there's like a headrest sitting on top of the regular seat right there. So I don't know what we're going to find when we get underneath there. It's not even the right color. That's where it actually gets expensive, is all the interior components. Is where the budget gets run up a lot higher than the metalwork does. Again, it's got these trim pieces, it's got the wipers. Got original mirrors, which are good, and I may steal them and put them on Lucy. Because, maybe not. Because the aftermarket ones are so thin, when you go down the road, you can't see a damn thing. Alright, let's make that list. Here we have our preliminary list. And most of it's just metal, but so it's going to be front left and right floor outer sections, the left dog leg that's been cut out of it, left outer rocker, which is going to be this skin right here, and where do we go? A rocker, left floor, right floor, which is the main cabin area that we showed. They sell the floor, the whole floor, in two pieces. That it's quite expensive, but if I can get mostly the right one over by the doors, I could fabricate most of the stuff for the left section, which is the stuff that's been cut off of this. They sell the flooring sections. Actually, I can show you. They sell it in like a corrugated metal, which is right here. They sell sheets of that. I think it's like 50 by 20 in dimensions. So I could buy a couple of those and recreate that section of the floor. But the other side, it shows more by the door. So left bumper trim. There's deluxe trim that goes around the bumpers. It's missing one on one side. Front lower door gaskets, front and rear bumpers. If I can find better bumpers than what I have, I will. Hatch seal, engine door seal, stock muffler setup. Windshield seals, I think I already have them. Seat covers, whatever I can find better seat covers than what we have on this. Brake shoes, wheel cylinders, flex lines, and brake lines. To try to do all that, actually should add master cylinders to that. Shift coupler in the back is the rubber's kind of puking out of it. The battery tray, which is metal, that section, and the cross members front and rear, which are, can you see them? That one right there, and that one right there. See if we can keep our eye out for those. I may even have some of those parts. We're going to go look in the other bus and see what I have. I might have some of the sheet metal already, and we'll check it off. But I will keep this with me when I go to the shows and try to attack some of this stuff so that when we're ready to go, we have the bits and pieces that we need. I'm sure there'll be a lot more after that, but that would definitely get us started. Before I forget, the 68 Beetle is going up for sale. There was someone who inquired about it when I first got it and PM'd me. I PM'd them back, someone from Maine. That I have not heard from him. If that does not happen, it will be going up for sale. And if anybody's local-ish in the New England area would like to have a shot at that, it's going to be $3,800. That's it. No dicker price. It is well worth that. It's a California car at one time. It's still all the original metal on the car. It's not a rust bucket. It's got, you know, you can even see it on the bumper in the front there, but it is not a rotted car. Everything on it is the original. Floors, I did a patch where the battery tray is, which is common area for them to blow out, but the rest of it seems quite decent all the way around. There's videos of it if you want to look and see more about that car. Some brake work's been done on it. Needs some more work, but it runs, drives. 90% of everything works in it. Lights and all that kind of stuff work on it, but that's what that is. So before I forget, that is available if the person from Maine does not get back to me in the next day or so. Alright, let's see if it'll start now on its own without priming it. Not with that battery. I left the jumper pack on. And let's try it with the other jumper pack. We have a little bit better luck. Better pack too. Run for a second, clean the windows off a little, and let's get this thing spun around and hooked back up to the truck. Alright. Whoops. I forgot to take my things off the lift. Steering wheel still works. That's what happens when you go to lunch. You forget where you were. And got hooked back up to the truck. The engine sounds nice. These valves adjusted, but see if it's charging. Yeah. That fuel is pretty bad though, whatever's left of it. And let's go do ourselves a little VW swapping around. Guys are asking why I didn't bring the trailer. The ground is still wet around here, and the trailer has to go across a gauntlet of like a water crossing, and it was pretty iffy, so I didn't want to try to do that unless I absolutely needed to. I wasn't quite sure I was going to go buy it too, so I didn't know if I want to take the other bus off of the trailer and do all that, so that's why I didn't do what I didn't do. Or didn't do what I did do. He said straight ahead should be good. He moved some stuff around. Do I want to go? Probably what we'll do is we'll pull right up next to this right here. Yeah, he put some stuff over the path. But let's see if we maybe get. Yeah, let's go see. Wing it. Ugh. Probably would have been a good idea to put it in four-wheel drive. And we're in. The shipping container's been fine. It's been real dry. all winter. Hasn't been an issue. We open it about once a month. Go check on it. And we came over the other day. I just opened the doors, but it was fine. No moisture. Everything was nice and dry on the cars. And we opened the window on the other side of it today. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I'll button it back up. But the idea is going to be to get this out, the trike out, and Krusty out, and then put the latest bus all the way to the front. And this is going to come home with us. We got a couple of things we want to do. And I put the headlights in it. It already looks better. It's got a little bit of an old age problem though. It's got some cataracts. We'll cold start these guys. But we're going to give it a helping hand by dribbling a little bit of fuel. It's on the carb so it doesn't have to fill the float bowl up and kill what's left of the battery. So let's go do that. Get that guy in there. How if I point the camera, what I'm doing, right? We'll go give that a generous little squirt. You guys want to be back here when we fire it up? Alright, see what we get. So bad. I drive over my squirt bottle. Doesn't look like it. I'll go do a walk around and see how this one held up. Again, it looks fine. The shipping container worked out very well. And this bus was just as bad as that one was. Krusty was even worse. So they do come back. Oh, we're 1 for 3 so far. Let's see how the trike does. This one I'd probably be concerned about with the battery. Let's see what we get. This one's harder to get to the carburetor, so I'm not backfilling it. There we go. Tight fit. There we go. fine too. Hopefully 3 for 3, but there's an issue. The issue is that front tire is flat, and you can see the little rubber nub on the end of it's actually touching. Hopefully we'll start it up, maybe just kind of drive it back, because I don't see us getting to that tire. Yeah, we're not getting to that tire all that easy. Let's see if we can start this one without having to prime it. Let's see. Battery sounds weak. This one's a little bit more difficult to get to the carb too, but one or two more. I'd say we're right against that wall. Can't see down that side. Let's see if we can get around there to get air in it. Should be able to. That ought to take a minute. So we're going to go check the stash real quick and see if there is for sheet metal that I may have. Got all of it? Got it. One more.
Thanks, Jerry. Oh, if the people had smell-o-vision, sir.
Ah, nice. Oof.
This comes wafting right
Yeah,
out.
I know. Just no mice have been pissing in there. There's one piece of tin. I was curious about this guy. I don't know if this is for bay or split. Grab that one from me if you would. Take that right out. It's a wheel well.
Rocker panel lower left.
Is it, does it say bay or?
It does not, sir.
Let's go find out.
I'd say that's it.
How about that? You might have trimmed it down a little too far. Good. I've done this before. Come on, fingers. How's the fuel smell on this one, huh? You can smell from here.
Turpentine-y,
Yeah.
varnishy.
It's like an eighth of a tank left in it, so it's pretty good. Maybe we'll take it out in the winter time for some metal. That time we'll drain it when it's up on the lift, something like gas in. See if it'll fire up. This one by hand. Sorry about the wind. Krusty's going to go in for a short period of time. We want to get Lucy home to do some work on it, but now it's in the spot that's easiest to get to. Bikes look like they held up okay. And let's see if we can get Lucy out of here without smacking into the rocks. Yeah, blaze me a trail. You're still in 4. That should be fine. My turn. Hot in here. Ooh. After this winter, I shouldn't be complaining though. All right. Try the brakes before I get to the end of the intersection. think it has a full tank. And this may be the one that, when it's full, takes a second to come off there. But we're gonna go make sure by going to the gas station, because we already learned our lesson once 2 weeks ago when we took the Plymouth out and I ran out of gas. So what do you say? We make sure that we don't have an issue now. It had half a tank. Yeah, I know this gauge is funky too. Let's see what we get. The sending unit in the tank itself, that's no good. Getting better. Bikes are out big time today. It's the first warm day. First day it's hit 70 degrees. Actually, I think we went to 77 in December for one day, but other than that, since last October, I'd say. Stuff's trying to turn green. It's about another 2 weeks. Grass is turning. Everything's going from gray to green. What flavor do you want? That's it, guys. Back at the shop. Did about 40 or 50 miles putting her around, and everything seems fine. No issues with this one. I have the reason why I wanted this one out, I have a set of Safari windows. For those who don't know what Safari windows is, it's 2 front windows, and they can pivot straight up, or anywhere between completely closed and open. And in the summertime, it's really nice. And it was a factory option. I believe it was kind of like a Africa type deal. Any of the buses that we used in really hot climate, you wanted a lot of airflow going through it, so they have a big aftermarket thing now, and it's a common thing to put on buses, and I'd like to put them on this. So that's probably what's going to happen. I want to throw the trailer hitch back on it. It's sitting over there. It's been sitting there since last fall. I put the muffler on it and just kind of give it a general look over, get it ready for the season that's coming up. So that's it, guys. I'm going to shut her down, and thank all you for kind of hanging out and enjoying the day with me, and hopefully it puts you in maybe a little bit better mood. All right, till the next one, I'll see you later.